So guys, so I just finished watching Obi Wan Kenobi series chapter 1 and chapter 2. And I don't know what to say. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It started off really slow as usual because I know, when you first, usually the first chapter, usually it comes really slow, and then by later chapters, like it kicks off real quick. But you know, so it wasn't too bad. So we all know that this kicks off after Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. And let's go by for chapter 1. So I'm going to talk about chapter 1 first, and then chapter 2. So chapter 1, it's like I said, it kicks off to, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith, episode 3. And, it takes you back to, who Obi Wan was, for people who don't know, because, it's been a while since, we've seen the early episodes, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. So maybe, they kick up, they did pretty well for people who don't remember who Obi Wan was. So I give props to that. And then, by the way, just so you guys know, there's gonna be some spoilers in this review. So if you haven't watched if you haven't watched the Star Wars series or the Obi Wan series, then you should not be watching this video. But if you have, or if you don't care to hear any spoilers, well then this video is for you. So so this basically, it starts off, the Imperials, these three guys, they were looking for Obi Wan Kenobi because they know that he's still alive. And this kicks off 10 years after the Revenge of the Sith. So it shows you that Obi-Wan, he felt defeated. Like, he felt that he killed Anakin Skywalker, which was strange because I couldn't have sworn. Actually, it's a New Hope. He talks about Lord Vader and Anakin Skywalker and stuff like that. But maybe he didn't knew from then on that he was alive. But anyway, that was in chapter 2. Chapter 1 it was slow. There wasn't really too much action. It wasn't really too much action. It was just more just storytelling and and picking up between Leia, Princess Leia, or Leia Organa. I call her Princess Leia. That's just, used to it. You got Princess Leia, then you got young Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is in Tatooine, and Princess Leia is in a different planet. I can't remember the place right now, but it shows you that their potential of who they might become. Like, you see Luke Skywalker, his dream is to fly in the vehicle. He wanted to be a pilot, and Princess Leia, like, she shows like a true, like, a leader, kind of like how Padme was when she was the queen. I forgot the name of it, but she was the queen of that leadership. So she has the similarities of her mother, So the story was pretty cool. It was pretty good. Action, I wish there wasn't really much any actions in there. The sound effects were good, of course. I mean, it's a Star Wars movie. Special effects, I love the special effects. They were pretty good. What else? And then we see that, we see Obi-Wan that's starting, I guess he has some sort of job where, like, he works in some sort of meat factory. And so, he's not the Obi-Wan that we knew since the Revenge of the Sith. So, it seemed like, to me, like, like I said before, like Obi Wan, he felt defeated because he had to kill. He thought that Anakin was dead. Like he thought he killed him because he had no choice and whatever. And the war. Well, basically the Republics they lost. The Republicans they turned to that to the Empire. So he felt defeated and he was distressed, depressed, and because he couldn't, because he failed. He felt like he failed to try to save Anakin. And Yoda and Master Windu and everybody else told him that it should not be wise to train Anakin. But his master, Obi Wan's master, I cannot pronounce his name, but Obi Wan gave his word that he would train Anakin Skywalker. So from which that channels in beforehand, before they kick off the first episode. They kicked off of who Obi Wan was and who was his master, and and how did he train Anakin, and etc. etc. That's how they kick it off. I'm going rambling here, so I'm just gonna talk about things that I remember at the top of my head. I just it's not in order, so I just talk about shit that are at the top of my head. So yeah, So and then we see we were introduced to young Leia and young Skywalker, as I said, they were talking about they had different potential. You saw that they had potential to become great. Whether it's a Jedi, which we know Luke Skywalker is a Jedi, and then Princess Leia will be like a strong leader type of shit. You know what I mean? Like she was very like inspirational and some shit like that. So, but they say in order to become one, you must learn. You must learn to become a leader. You gotta learn from your true best. So, but it was a little slow. Episode 1 was a little slow, but I was hoping that Darth Vader would have showed up, and he didn't. However, on the next chapter, we'll talk about that later. But we'll talk about that in a moment. But as far as this chapter goes, I give it about 2 out of 5. If I had to get it from 0 to 5, I give it 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. I like the story. I just wish they had a little bit of action. And of course I forgot about the woman, that she's a villain now for the Empire, the black woman. She played pretty good. I like her as the villain role. Although I know something is suspicious about her. Like I feel like I don't know. She sounds a little like, well, never mind. She's evil. She's part of this, the Empire. The Galactic Empire, so it would make sense the way how she presented herself. But I liked her. She played pretty good as her role, and it seems like she take no shit for nobody, and she will get what she want, and what she wants is Obi-Wan, and she'll get through anybody in order to get to Obi-Wan. So that's what it seems like here. So, but yeah, but she was okay. I liked her. She was okay. Not as strong obviously as Darth Vader, but she'll do for that character. I swear though, it reminds me of the other bad guy from Mandalorian. She has a similar features, But like I said, as far as chapter 1 goes, 2 out of 5 for me. Now as far as chapter 2 goes, man, chapter 2 was a little better. Chapter 2, it was a little better. It started with, that basically we know from chapter 1 that, Princess Leia was kidnapped by the Imperials. And, basically, back to chapter 1, basically they had this plan to kidnap her so that Obi Wan can save her, or act like she is saving her when in reality it's actually a trap, which kicks off to chapter 2, where chapter 2 he's in this city or in this planet where she is actually kidnapped at, and they held her, and the Imperials held her a hostage, so that way when Obi Wan comes, they already set up as a trap because they feel as though that Obi Wan doesn't have, he's not what he used to be anymore. Although mentally, we know that he is, it's just that he feels like he's not confident enough to be able to be what he used to be. But we all know that's not true, you know. So you know, so that's exactly what it kicks off, and you know, eventually he goes and he saves the girl, you know, Princess Leia. He saved Princess Leia, and Princess Leia, and then they try to find their way out of the planet, so they can go. So Obi-Wan can take her home back to that little place. I cannot remember the name at the moment, but you know, beforehand, of course, they got in, you know, the black woman that plays as the Imperial, as the leader of Imperial. She, you know, she called in, to basically everybody to be on the lookout for. She had one of the guys make an announcement on one of those little I don't know what you call it, like a little holograms, letting everybody know, whoever is a huntman or gunman or whatever, to let them know that Obi-Wan is alive, and she will pay a good amount of money to go and track Obi-Wan down and kill him. So, which we know that they did it unsuccessfully. So, so I gotta say though, I going around places and shit, but I gotta say chapter 2, it was pretty good. The story was amazing. I was shocked when I found out. I didn't know that, like I said, I didn't know that Obi-Wan did not know that Anakin Skywalker, he didn't know that he was alive, which was shocking. I was like, what? He didn't know that he was alive? Interesting. So, that was at the end part, and then then when Darth Vader came, that's when, he came, where Anakin Skywalker, whoever you want to call him, it's still the same person. It's just, he's a little more evil, which that's where he becomes Darth Vader. He becomes Darth Vader. But when Obi-Wan said Anakin, it's like Anakin heard him, and he woke up. And that's where they ended it there. I was like, ho, 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 ho. Oh, shit. Oh. Darth Vader's alive. He's awake. He's awake. Oh man. So like I said, I'm just going around places and shit. Things I remember on watching the 2 chapters. So the action was pretty cool. It was pretty decent. Action is pretty decent. It seems like the more chapter it comes, the more we're probably gonna get a lot more action, a really good story. I really love the story. I gotta give you that. I love the story because the way how they put it. I guess it makes sense in some sort of way. I guess trying to think of anything else. Oh, Princess Leia was trying to help him of how to escape through shit or whatever, and she was doing what she was not supposed to do, and Obi-Wan had to kind of let her know, like, listen, I'm responsible for you, and, you need to do as I say, so that way we can get there and safe. I thought that was pretty funny, And it's funny because he said that, the way how Leia portrays herself, Obi-Wan says that he reminds her of Padme, his mother. That's not what he really said, but we all know what he meant. The way how he said to her, like, you remind me of this young woman, which we all know that is Padme. which in a way, like I said before, she does have some sort of similarities like her mother. Just like Luke has some sort of similarities with his father, Anakin Skywalker. Because remember when Anakin was young, Anakin he used to drive that little I guess you could call it a speedboat or a speed vehicle, a speed car, whatever. And he always dreamed to be wanting to become a Jedi and wanted to become a pilot. You know what I mean? And he got his dream. So Luke Skywalker is carrying that same dream that his father wanted to become. So, which is pretty cool. So back to chapter 2. The way how he told her that it was pretty cool. Like I already called it right then and there. I was like, yep, Padme. So. So we'll see what happens on chapter 3 and chapter 4 and the rest. I'll be checking out chapter 3. So far as chapter 2 goes, if I could give it from 0 to 5, 0 being the worst, 5 being the best. Well, chapter 1, I gave it 2 out of 5 because it was a little too slow for me, and I wish it would have kept kick up a little bit more. Chapter 2, as far as chapter 2 goes, I give it 3 out of 5. I give it 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 for sure. It was average. To me, it was more like an average good time. Like it kept you kind of like it kept you interested on what's going to happen next. I just hope somewhere down the line that Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, and Obi Wan Kenobi, I just hope through, as the chapter moves forward, I hope that they somehow meet each other again in some sort of way. And I hope we can get to see Darth Vader in action. You know what I mean? Like how he was in Star Wars Rogue One. That last part of Rogue One, man, when he started whooping the rebels' ass, man, that was pure Vader savage. That was pure Vader savage right there, man. So I hope we could get that similarities like that. I hope we could get that type of Vader in the Obi Wan Kenobi series. I'll be looking forward to it. I hope it's the case. So, overall, as far as the series goes, so far, I'm giving it around 2.5 out of 5. Overall. As the chapter moves forward, it might change, it might not, but who knows further down the line. But for now, as far as a whole, I give it 2.5 out of 5. Okay, looking forward to it. I'll be looking forward to the next few chapters. So yeah, man. So let me know in the comments below what do you guys think of Obi Wan Kenobi series chapter 1 and chapter 2, and what do you guys think of Obi Wan Kenobi series as a whole. Alright guys, well, if you enjoyed my review, you can go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and make sure you guys click on the notification bell so that way you guys can get more upcoming videos in the near future. And if there's any videos you guys want me to take a look at, any videos requests in general, you can always just leave it on the comment section down below. If you have any questions, you can either leave it on the comment section as well, or you can email me at greatenzo97@gmail.com. Well guys, may the force be with you.